All right. 5 p.m. on November 29th, 2019. Jay is here with Empathic Fire. Hello, everybody. If you're here, say hi. If you are here, please say hello. Otherwise, I'm doing this in vain. And if you can make sure that you can hear me and everything, if somebody can confirm that, because these are new headsets, a new pair of earbuds. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys can hear me okay. So if somebody could let me know, that would be awesome. Yeah, we'll put that up there. So if someone can hear me, well, the little microphone thingy is going, so I assume people can hear me. And if you're there, say hi. Or don't, it's okay. Uh-oh. That's that. Cool. Cool. All right, let me see. Still, I don't know why it's doing that. Why? Okay, that's weird. It was, maybe it's not. I think it's moving. So I assume everybody can hear me. If you can hear me, if you're in chat, go ahead and shout yourself out or say you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, do something. If not, I have to change these earbuds. So we'll see. Oh, I could type it in. Let's see, because these should pick up audio, but I could be wrong. Trying to see if make sure that people can hear me. If you can hear me, I'd rather not go back to the old headset because it was not uncomfortable, but it just wasn't cool. So if you can hear me, say hi. If you have a question for a tarot reading, go ahead and ask it in the box if you can hear me. But if you can't hear me, that would be a problem, wouldn't it? Can anybody hear me? My God, I've asked this question for like 3 minutes. If you can hear me and you can type, please let me know that you can hear me down in the chat, please. Thank you, Rose. Thank you so much. I've been waiting for 3 minutes for someone to tell me that they can hear me. Perfect. Hi, Rose. Thank you for that information. How are you? Thank you so much for that. I was about to go crazy. Ashley, what's up? Hey, girl, hey. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you both for showing up today. Much appreciated. I think that because that's the thing with these hoodies, especially this one. It's got these zippers, so I hope it doesn't like interfere too much with the wire here. Anyway, how's everybody doing? How was everybody's Thanksgiving? I had a good Thanksgiving, nice and quiet. Me, my brother, my cousin. That was pretty much it. That was great. So I had a good Thanksgiving. Hopefully, if you guys were celebrating, you guys also had a good Thanksgiving. I got that leftover plate downstairs. I guess I should take care of that soon. But, that's just me. So, Anyone in the room here have a question for me, or you just want to sit here and watch me talk to myself? If you guys have any questions personal to yourself or general to yourself, if you have a question of anything, really, just about anything, I should say, go ahead and ask it in the chat. That's what this is for. I wanted to give thanks and give back to people because the channel has really grown steadily over the past 2 years, and it keeps going up and up and up, and I keep making more contacts, so I'm really excited about that. And obviously, one of the things you should do just for good karma is to give back to people as much as you can. So, and if you know me personally, I tend to be a little bit selfish, just a little bit. So I kind of have to counterbalance that out. So if anybody has a question in chat, if you want to go ahead and ask it, feel free. If not, I guess I'll do a general, because I didn't do that last time because I had Sissy and my friend Anaya here. Whoa, hello. Hey, Sasha. Hello, Sasha. How are you guys doing? Thank you, ladies, for coming by. I really do appreciate it. Oh, man. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? Again, you don't have to detail. If you want to give a thumbs up, thumbs down. If that was your reality. If you feel like sharing, go ahead. I think I'll do a general just to get it started. See what's in the collective. Ooh, housewives for general? Okay, we'll do that. And again, guys, if you're there, if you want to say hi, share your zodiac, share a question, share where you're from, do whatever. It's a free-for-all. Free-for-all on Black Friday, too. Western Raven, hello. Thank you for stopping by. I can't really make is that a key and a black heart and a skull? Is that what your Thanksgiving was all about? Hi. You had a key, a black heart, and a skull for Thanksgiving? Is that what happened? Sissy, what's up? You're my steady follower. I can always count on you, Sissy. Oh, Rose, that's okay. That's okay. Happy Thanksgiving to you, regardless. Have you ever had Thanksgiving dinner? Have you ever had American Thanksgiving? Like, I don't know if you've ever been over to the States or if you've had a friend from the States visit you. Deep and insightful. Your Thanksgiving was deep and insightful? That's awesome. That's amazing. Mine was so chill. I was so happy because I didn't want anything crazy. Who wants that on Thanksgiving or any day? Nobody wants that shit. Again, thank you guys for coming out. We're going to do a general read just to start off, see what's in the collective energy today. See what some people might be dealing with. And if you guys do have a question at any point, just go ahead and shout it out. I'll try and take you in the order that I see it. And if you want to talk to each other, feel free. That's good, Rose. I'm glad. General energies for the collective, please. General. Last one. There we go. Who am I talking to? What do you mean, who am I talking to? I'm talking to the room. I'm talking to everybody. And I can't even remember what I was talking about 2 seconds ago, so there's that. 3 cards for the collective. First card, wow. Pops to the floor, because that's what I do. That's a lot. But I guess we're taking it, huh? That's what we're going to take. Perfect. All right, boom. And collective energies for those in the room and those elsewhere who are not with us. For the collective energy that I'm tapping into, you get the Emperor in reverse, Queen of Swords, and together, because I always get 2 cards in one position no matter what I ask for, is the 8 of Swords and the Strength card. So got some Aries energy with the Emperor in reverse and the Strength card. We've got some Leo energy. And with the Swords energies, we have some air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Listen, probably maybe recently after the holidays, people are feeling a little bit tired, a little tapped out, not really feeling, not a lot of bravado, Yeah, not a lot of not a lot of fight left or gas left in the tank. Not a lot of fight left in somebody. The Emperor in reverse is a tired energy. It's a worn down energy. It's someone who doesn't want to fight, who doesn't want to struggle, or who simply, in this case, is like giving it up. Like, wash their hands of a situation. Like, okay, fine, you win, you win. It's like that kind of energy. I feel it's definitely fitting for the season for some of us here, with it being Thanksgiving here in the States, Christmas coming up in a few weeks, that people just don't want any drama. It's also kind of fitting that this guy is made of like food. He's made of like canned goods and shit. So you're cleaning up the kitchen. Maybe the husband or the wife is kind of bitching, or the kids are going crazy. And it's just like, it's a headache. It's a headache. It's a headache. And so the Emperor is really not that energy, whether it's you're experiencing it or someone else in your life is experiencing it. It's just, I don't want to put up with any mess. I don't want to put up with any garbage. I just want a timeout, really. This Emperor energy is really striking me as, I don't want to be involved in any crap. I don't want to be involved in any arguments. Yes, I do, Sissy. Thank you. I don't want to be involved in any arguments. And, the Emperor in reverse is also, the Emperor in general is a standalone energy. It's a person who's very independent and very much able to, fortify themselves and take care of themselves. But I feel it's even more so now like a retreat. Like, if I'm honest, maybe a little bit of depression, where people are just like tapped out. No more of the kids, no more of the family, no more of this, no more of that, no more travel in some cases. So people are exhausted. And that makes sense. Holidays, it takes it out of you, right? Second card out is the Queen of Swords. This could be a wife energy, or mother-in-law energy, or mother energy. There's like a dominant feminine energy, a dominant female that I see here, who may have taken the Emperor down a peg or two, who may have put the Emperor through their paces, and really could be the person that really knocked the Emperor off their game. And I hate how cliche it feels, like mother-in-law type energy, or just that overbearing relative that is around you in the holidays that just won't shut up. Yeah, won't shut up. Or, always has like a snide comment to make, always has something to say, something to critique, well, if you had done this, then the turkey would have been a lot more moist. And it's just like, Sandra, Angela, Roberta, I don't care. Tim Smith, it doesn't matter who this person is. Like, please be quiet. So there's like this criticism coming from the Queen of Swords. There's this anal, retentive energy coming from the Queen of Swords, very particular, and very almost holier than thou, like this energy, this is like a pristine person, or they think they are. They might not be in reality, but they think of themselves very highly. And surprisingly, the Emperor is just not in the mood to deal with this person, didn't really put up much of a fight. If there have been conversations held between these two characters. And, for right now, the battle goes to the Queen of Swords. Will the war be won by the Queen of Swords? I don't know. But that battle, she got it. Or he, it's a general. It could be a man who's the Queen of Swords. Final position in the general overview to start is the Eight of Swords and the Strength card. So this definitely feels like holiday, relatives come over, you go to their house, whatever the situation is, and you can't go anywhere. Eight of Swords, you're stuck, right? Sitting in the guest bedroom, trying your best to avoid the conflicts, like playing on your tablet, playing on your iPad, waiting to be called for dinner, and then you go out to you eat dinner, and then you go back to your bedroom, because this is just an unavoidable situation. Tensions are high, attitudes are high, people are high, whatever. It's suffocating. This situation is very suffocating. And again, I hate how cliche it is because, that's not everybody's holiday experience, but this is like coming through where someone is just dealing with a lot of familial energy, a lot of people, or at least one particular person that is just a pain in the ass. And it takes some type of strength, some type of courage, some type of inner strength, or a little help from a friend to make it through the night, make it through the dinner, make it through the entire weekend or the entire holiday season. Now, if you're coping with the entire holiday season by drinking and doing all that kind of stuff, I mean, you're an adult, do what you want, but I'm not sure that that's exactly a virtue of being strong. So I would be careful of any substances and going too overboard with that in order to compensate or cope with contentious energies. But as a general, it doesn't have to be your guys' experience. It could be someone around you, but there's just like this tensious energy and there's no escape from it. There's no resolve. Somebody calls it quits early on. Somebody who definitely could be a little bit more feisty, could be a little bit more in the fray. It actually is just like, you know what, 2019, I'm taking it. I'm backing out. I'm not going to get involved in any arguments. I'm not going to get involved in any disagreements. I'm just going to stay to myself. And then almost it feels like this Queen of Swords is allowed to run wild because the Emperor or anybody else is not stepping up to the plate and telling this person, where to go. Okay? Happy holidays with that as a general. My God. That sucks. Could be worse, though, I'm sure. So, that's a general introduction to the readings. Is there anyone in the chat who has a specific question that they want to ask of me? Because that's what this whole thing is about, my friends. Again, I thank you all for stopping by. And I asked a question on my community page, and I'm semi-serious about it because I love the show. If you were a Golden Girl, guys, Blanche, Rose, Sophia, or Dorothy, which Golden Girl would you be? Which one do you think I would be? Sissy, you're not allowed to you're not allowed to answer that question because I think you already know which one I would be. And we know who you would be. Oh, Sissy, I have a question. Are there any biological children in your future? I don't know. You tell me. You okay? You want to know that? Are there any biological children in Nicole's future? Which deck are we gonna use for that? Ooh, what's that? Yeah, okay. All right, and then Western Raven, I got you after I answer Nicole's question. All right, for Nicole, are there any biological children in my future? You're silly. You're silly. You're so silly, my friend. But Western Raven, after this, you're up with that question about Luna's dad, okay? Biological children in Nicole's future. What do we have for that question? Whoa. Oh. Yeah, good. Thank you. All right, biological children in Nicole's future. Let's see. Last one. Ooh, you got 3. You got 3 last time, didn't you? It was Anea that had. Please. I'm only laughing because we know each other. So anybody who doesn't know me personally, please don't take offense that I'm laughing at Nicole. Nicole, Sissy, you have the Moon card, the Empress, and the 4 of Pentacles. All right, so Moon card, Pisces energy, Empress. You have Taurus and Libra energy there. I only want 3, so when it comes to you, they give me what I want. So, moon card. This is about dreams and illusions, uncertainty, things that are kept in secret, things that are held in the dark. Also includes not feelings, but we traditionally will associate it with your intuition, dreamscape, metaphysical or spiritual concerns. You're fertile. Let's just go ahead and say that between the moon with the moon card here and the Empress, you're fertile. If you wanted to, you could. There's no, your pipes are working, okay? There's nothing that's going to prevent you from getting pregnant if you were to choose. But energetically, in terms of what I think is in your heart, is there's this bit of uncertainty. There's a bit of like, should I, shouldn't I, or will I, won't I? And, because the Empress is following this, it might be not at this phase in your life, not currently in what you think or feel, because the moon also signals to phases and stages in life, right? Like moon cycles that we get, every month. Sometimes it's a full moon, sometimes it's a new moon, quarter moon, crescent moon, all that kind of stuff. So it shows progression. So progressively, maybe. Do you want it now? In this combination, no. But in the future, because there's uncertainty and secrecy and hidden things when we talk about the moon card, there's always potential for things to go differently with the moon card, because innately that energy encompasses uncertainty. Okay? If there's one thing for certain with the moon card, is that uncertainty is at a foot. The Empress, your second position, is the mother of all mothers, the creme de la creme in terms of femininity and prosperity and procreation. She's often depicted as a pregnant figure in the tarot. She could be early along in this depiction, but the potential for you to embrace motherhood or be good at it, whatever that means in terms of motherhood, it's within you. You're already you're already a natural caretaker. The Empress also, in terms of name and ability, is the counterpart to the Emperor. So everything that the Emperor can do, you can do, but with a feminine twist or a feminine flair, or that little bit of sprinkling of womanness or womanliness, I guess, is how you might be able to phrase that. Meaning, you would be able to take care of yourself and any children you had financially. You would be able to provide a stable home. You would be able to provide security and safety, and you would be able to lead a household, but again, with a feminine flair. The thing also about the Empress is, even though she is a sign of fertility and she is often depicted as pregnant, she will not, quote unquote, give birth to anything that she doesn't feel is sustainable. The Empress does not go into investments lightly, whether that be a material investment, financial investment, romantic investment, nothing. Everything that she creates, everything that she gets into, she does it purposefully. So again, if you want to, sure. As for right now, and again, in this deck, I told you, she's often depicted as pregnant. She doesn't look super pregnant there. So for now, no ma'am. Last card for you, Sissy, is the Four of Pentacles. So let me show you again. Look at this guy. How he's holding onto his pentacles, how he's holding onto his change, how he's holding onto his money, his possessions. You are way too concerned with your money, your stability, your finances, your security right now to give it a good goddamn, no offense to anybody, about anything else. Or rather, maybe not anything else, but it's certainly your priority is money, stability, career, finances, roof over my head. He does have some stars in the background, right? So stars often indicate far distance traveling or dreaming of what could be. So, but also being practical because it still is Pentacles. So you're way too interested in yourself right now to even truly consider this. So in your future, maybe, if you choose to, it's all up to you. Is the potential there to have it physically? Yes, because I told you you're fertile as fuck. Okay. I'm not a doctor, of course, but I assume with this combination, you would have no problem getting pregnant if you ever wanted to. Okay. Thank you, Nicole, for your question. Let's get caught up here. And Western Raven, if you could repeat your question for me, and then I will read for you after I get caught up with the chat here. Always 3. I'm listening but cooking with the crowd. Oh, Sasha, how is the little baby? How's he doing? I have something. Oh no! Oh my! All right, Sasha, I'm gonna get to that. If Western Raven is here, should I stay away from Luna's dad? All right, I'm gonna handle Western Raven's question, and Sasha, I will get to that after I'm done with Western Raven. That's girl. That's like the heaviest question I've ever received. Maybe. Western Raven, the question, should I stay away from Luna's dad? Should Western Raven stay away from Luna's dad? Let's get a deck for Western Raven, please. Line, okay. Ooh, that almost fell to the floor. We don't want that. We don't want things falling to the floor too much. And again, guys, thank you all for stopping by tonight. It is amazing to see you all here. I really do appreciate it. Western Raven, Western Raven, I'm not sure if you're male or female, so we'll just go, should Western Raven stay away from Luna's dad? Should Western Raven stay away from Luna's dad? And guys, it's not a big deal, but if you're not subscribed, why don't you subscribe? If you like your reading tonight, if you like my vibe, if you like my cool hat, go ahead and hit the like button. Any and all that stuff is greatly appreciated. Western Raven, should Western Raven stay away from Luna's dad? I don't know what the context of that question is, but let's see. I don't know. Thought that would be the last one, no? This is the last one. Thank you. Western Raven, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Western Raven, should they stay away from Luna's dad? That's way too many. That's way more than 3. We're not going to do that. 1 second. Try that again. Should Western Raven stay away from Luna's dad? 1. Ooh. 2. 3. All right. All right, Western Raven, you have 3 of Swords in reverse, Page of Swords, and the 10 of Wands. Well, my friend, you might do, but it feels like there's like a curious energy here. 3 of Swords in reverse. I'm not sure the context of this connection between you and Luna's father, but this is a third-party situation kind of energy. You guys know I don't normally read that. However, it's very much like too many cooks. You know, too many cooks in the kitchen. I don't know if you are romantically linked to Luna, romantically linked to Luna's dad. I'm not sure if this is romantic at all. You can confirm or deny anything in the chat. I'm not paying attention to it. I'm just going to go with what I see here. But too many cooks with that 3 of Swords. it's in reverse, so I think that either it's happened already, the heartache, the heartbreak, the pain that is associated with the Three of Swords, or it's a secret. There's some, yes, okay, there's like something where not everybody is fully aware of what's going on. Not everybody has a clear picture of what is happening in this situation. And for whoever is not understanding the full picture, not able to see it clearly, that Three of Swords feeling might be on delay, on pause for them. I don't know if it's you. I don't know if it's Luna. I don't know if it's Luna's dad, but I feel someone here will feel really betrayed, really hurt by whatever missing piece of the puzzle comes out eventually, or maybe someone has dodged a bullet. Like maybe that information will never come out. You know, if two people decide to keep a secret from a third from now until, you know, the end of time, that's a whole lot to carry. Oh, this is uncomfortable, Western Raven. It's very uncomfortable. Because I think at least one person, probably two, seem to really understand what's going on in the situation at all times from all sides and angles. And there's one person who doesn't know, but they are either trying to find out or they suspect there's something they're not keyed in on. And it's like once the shoe drops, watch out, because people are going to be hurt. That's what that feels like. I could be wrong, but Second card, Page of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Someone in this situation could be an air sign, but they don't have to be. But if they're not an air sign, I feel that the air sign quality is very strong with one person in this situation. This Page of Swords is studying. Oh, yeah. I don't know what voice that. Oh, yeah. This Page of Swords is studying the situation, really analyzing all the interactions, all the details, going back over, you know, text messages. You see the letters here, like the mail right up there, the letters, the envelopes floating around this person. So they're studying emails, they're studying text messages, analyzing the data, analyzing every single word. Could be snooping, could be eavesdropping, could be stalking. Okay. And the other interesting part is, and I've never noticed that on this card before, down at the bottom, above the word swords, you see that blackbird, even though it's not the same as the blackbirds that are in the Three of Swords, but we kind of get that impression. So I feel as though it's like that cliche, a little bird told me. A little bird told me. If somebody around, I don't know what the secret is, I don't know who's involved, but if there's somebody who talks a lot, don't share that information or beware of that person. If you need a secret to come out, if you're, you know, Western Raven, if you're looking for someone to spill the beans, find the little birdie person, the person who cannot keep their mouth shut normally about something. So anyway, this Page of Swords is studying the situation, looking for answers, looking for insight. It's a page, so I don't feel like there's a lot of quote unquote threatening energy around this person, but there is a potential for them to be adversarial. There's a potential for them to be really irate and agitated when they communicate. There's a potential for them to be kind of like throw their weight around a little bit. You know, you did mention Luna's dad, so for an example, if this was Luna's dad, he would say things like, "Well, I'm her father," as if to indicate, as if to imply, because I'm her father, I am owed something. You owe me the truth. You owe me this. You owe me that. I'm her father. This is my house. You can't come into my house, disrespect. You know, whatever. It's like that. I'm gonna throw my station, my status, my rank around to get the information that I want, to get the results that I want, and that is an image. In some ways, that is an immature way to for this person to behave, because pages are the unpolished members of the court card. They're not as advanced. They're not as, high ranking. So it's like a low level way to interact with other people. Okay. Final card, 10 of Wands. Well, isn't this some shit? 10 of Wands, immediately they want me to talk about how the 10 is indicating an ending. 10s are culmination points, right? Once we get to the 10, we're ready to roll over back down to the aces, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back up to the 10 again. Everything comes in cycles. So this 10 of Wands is indicating something is about to break, especially since you see that this character, this young female character, is carrying these wands on her back. So it's like that whole straw that broke the camel's back kind of cliche, right? So something is really wearing someone down, and it could be the secret, it could be the burden of keeping the secret, it could be arguments, it could be the Page of Swords is tired of investigating the situation, whatever. Could be for everybody or one particular person, but this shit is like exhausting. This person is down on their knees, so exhausted, so exhausted. And I feel as though also this could also be like someone is carrying a burden, and okay, I'm going to use this phrase. I use a lot of cliches, of course, when I do my readings, but it feels like someone here, I said something about dodging a bullet earlier. It feels like this energy could be coming from someone to take a bullet, not literally. I hope to God, not literally. But it feels like someone is willing to sacrifice themselves for another person in order to avoid them getting hurt, in order to avoid them dealing with any more drama, dealing with any more stress, to avoid any type of arguments. It feels like somebody's willing to step in front of a bullet, step in front of an onslaught in order to let someone else pass, to let somebody else sort of go free and feel unburdened or get to a place of safety. Now, cumulative, should you stay away from Luna's dad? I don't know who he is here. Most strongly, I felt him coming through as the Page of Swords. If this is someone who has some type of anger issue, right? If this is somebody who has some type of stalkery, overly involved energy in your lives, assuming you and Luna are adults, whether you be friends, lovers, co-workers, I don't know, and this person is intruding, I guess, yes, stay away from this person if he is the Page of Swords. I don't know, like that's where he came through the strongest, but I'm not sure that he's the only person who's trying to get to the bottom of a situation or trying to understand all the angles, okay? This feels like a very tumultuous situation. It feels very dicey, and I would want to get involved in any of this. No offense. I have no idea what is going on here, but I would want to step away because I personally am on a drama-free train. I don't want drama in my life. So I'm pretty hands-off. So if I were you, I'd be like this. Okay? I hope that helped you, Western Raven. I'm going to clean this up, and then I'm going to catch up with chat. Sasha had a question after Western Raven. Sasha, it was a long question, so I'm going to do you a solid. I'm going to scroll back up so you don't have to retype it because I know you got the baby with you. But let's see what I missed. Oh, Lilia came in. Hi, Lilia. How are you? Yes, recently found it. Oh, Luna is your baby. Her dad was abusive. Oh. Many secrets. Thank you. He's a Libra. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. So, yeah. Western Raven, if you're still here, now that I see that detail of being abusive, do not go near people that were abusive. Straight up. Why? I believe in redemption. I believe that people can change. I don't know how long you've been away from that person, but if it hasn't been too long, if it doesn't seem like he showed anything of Any signs of changing? And if he's stalking you and keeping tabs on you, reading your text messages, like going through your phone, doing all this crazy shit, no. And yeah, no, I'm not. No. Mm-mm. All right, so I'm going to scroll back up. Sasha had a very serious question, so I'm going to read that again. So Jason and I keep having horribly graphic dreams about our baby dying, and it's really freaking you out. So, like, what, Sasha? If you're there, it's not truly a question, but like, what do you want me to explore with that, if anything? So, while I wait for Sasha to clarify what she meant with her question, Lilia, if you're here, I will answer your question. Will the year 2020 be a successful year for Lilia? All right, Sasha, that was a thick question, or a thick bit of information. I'm gonna do Lilia first, and then I'll come back to you if that's okay. Because Lilia had a straightforward question, and with that one, I want you to. You didn't know how to make it into a question. All right, so we'll marinate on that, and then we'll come back to it. So for Lilia, though, will 2020 be a successful year for Lilia? Which deck? Ooh, yes, that came through. Vanessa Tarot deck for Lilia. All right. And again, everybody, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. Lilia, will 2020 be a successful year for her? And if she's not here, tell her to watch it on the repeat. I assume she's still here. "2020 be a successful year for Lilia." Yeah? No. One more. Thank you. Oh, you're on. Oh, okay. I see. And that's more than one more because I just looked over there. Thank you, Western Raven. I appreciate you too. That's what this whole session is about. Appreciating everybody, giving back to everybody who gives to me. I appreciate you guys. All right, Lilia, 2020 successful year. Let's find out. 3 cards, please, for Lilia. Will 2020 be a successful year for Lilia? Oh, wow. 1. 2. Ooh. Nope, that's 3. We don't do that. If that was 2, I would have taken it, but I'm not going to take more than 2 for any one position. No way, can't do it. You get 4 anyway. Okay. Lilia. You have the Moon card, the Fool card, and that flipped out together. Even though I wanted 3, you come out with 2. You've got the Ten of Wands and the Hierophant. Or excuse me, not the Hierophant, the Hermit. My bad. The Hermit. So 3 major arcanas out of 4 total cards, but 3 positions. That, for those who are unfamiliar with tarot, that is usually indicative of high spiritual involvement surrounding the question at hand. So in terms of that, you're being guided. You should definitely be following your own hunches. You should definitely be in tune with whatever version of spirituality is important to you. If you believe in Jesus Christ, if you pray to Allah, if you're a Buddhist, it doesn't matter. Whatever your go-to for spiritual enlightenment and enrichment, do that shit. Do that work. Now, the first card, the Moon, Pisces energy, could be a Pisces of importance surrounding your question. There is, if you were here for when I was reading for Nicole, you will know that what I said with the Moon is the one certain thing about the Moon card is uncertainty. The Moon talks about secrecy and things kind of being in the dark or things kind of being hidden. It also talks deeply about intuition, dreams like literally when you're asleep, or dreams for your life, things that you fantasize about, things that you ruminate about over and over and over again. Not like winning the lotto, but maybe like owning your own business or starting in a different career path, right? So if you have been dreaming of starting your own business, getting into a new career path, going back to school, expanding your family, whatever you've been dreaming about, ruminating on, almost to the point of fixation, because the moon sometimes can talk about obsession a little bit, or being consumed with one particular thought or one particular image or desire, that is also there. No, 18, right? I don't usually mess around with numbers too much, but they're making me look at the Roman numeral 18. So maybe within 18 months we could be talking about something really significant, which of course would put you into December 2020, and then 6 months after that. So what's that? About June 2021, maybe something significant happens around that time. Don't quote me. I don't really mess around with time too much with the tarot. But I think you might be a little you might be a little uncertain, Lilia, because this female figure, her face being hidden away with, that big, bang situation she's got, or fringe situation that she has over her eyes. There might be an issue with you lacking a little bit of confidence, you being timid or shy or just uncertain, like I said, of exactly how to get after the success that you want, to get after the dreams or the life that you're fantasizing about for yourself. However, like I said, Moon, Fool, and the Hermit. That's 3 cards out of 4 that are major arcana. So you have to trust more, have more faith, whether that be in a higher power, whether that be in yourself. I believe it should be both. You should have faith in yourself and your higher power, whatever you believe in or don't believe in. That's very important for some reason, because it's not about luck. It's not about, Jesus take the wheel completely. It's a marriage of both of those things. You have to have faith outside of yourself and faith within yourself as well. Follow your intuition, follow your hunches. Don't listen to naysayers. Don't listen to anybody who says you can't. That puts limitation on you, and this moon card doesn't need any more limitation, doesn't need that negative energy. You don't need people being overly positive also. If you have an idea for a business and everybody tells you it's amazing, even though it's like, so amazing, then people are like hyping you up too much. You need that balance in your life, because the moon can also be about overindulgence in fantasy, as well as escapism. It can also be about overindulgence in like substances, but I'm not sensing that here. That's not really an issue, I don't think. So yeah, the Fool card with the next position. Fool card, secondary major for Aquarius. So there might be an Aquarius in your life who's significant, or Aquarius placements in your chart. I don't know if you're traveling. I don't know if you want to travel. I don't know if there's a need to move houses or get to a different location, but there is this expansive mindset that you have, or vision that you have, or there is a need to travel somewhere, change location. Really, they're showing me change location, or if not your location, your routine, the way that things are now. Like, okay, thank you. Like the road that you see there, like they keep giving me the cliche road less traveled. So even if you don't move to a new location, as far as move cities or to a different state or anything like that, you have to go sort of off the beaten path, off the beaten the regular way that you normally go about things. You have to do it a little bit differently, which is an innate part of the Fool card. The Fool is that energy of taking risks, doing things outside of the box, not wanting to be pigeonholed, put in a box, and kept in a box. The Fool card is very free. So I don't know if you feel stuck where you are right now in terms of your life, your career, finances, creativity. I don't really know what area this is, but in terms of what you want for 2020, it feels like with these first 2 cards, You want to get into new avenues, get into new endeavors that you've never been a part of before. And that requires risk and faith and trust in yourself. And maybe something with travel. Also, maybe something with animals, because the little dog that she has next to her is being pointed out to me. So maybe you have an affinity towards a specific animal, or you want to work with animals. Maybe, maybe you have a business idea to do like, photography only for pets or something like that. I don't know. But there's this crazy chemistry between the moon card and the fool card. There's something brewing in your mind, in your imagination, that is not what most people would do, not what most people would expect you to do, maybe. And there might be an issue with having a lack of faith in how to get it done. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust your guides. You have to trust your higher power, or whatever you believe in or don't believe in. Your final position, Lilia. You have the Ten of Wands and the Hermit. Hermit is major arcana for Virgo, so there could be a Virgo in your life of significance. And this Ten of Wands, like I said in the previous reading, tens equal culmination points. So we're about to roll over. Something is about to sort of break free, or we're about to be done with a particular cycle, done with a particular strain of energy, right? We're going to release something, right? Something is about to be released. It's not lost on me that this Ten of Wands character is surrounded by books, looking like they're cramming for a final in college or something like that. So again, I get, and the Hermit's in a library. The Hermit is in the library. So I get this idea that maybe you want to go back to school, or you're finishing up with school, or something about education is important, if not for you specifically, but for someone else around you. And if that's true, then once school is complete, or we get some type of guidance as into what to study if you're going into school, again, finishing up an education or continuing an education, it feels as though starting or stopping is a burden. Starting or stopping is a little bit of a nerve-wracking situation. Because if you're going into school after maybe being away for a while, you might have some anxiety as to how it's going to go. What are my classes going to be like? Am I going to be able to keep to this schedule, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? If you're leaving school, am I going to get a good job? Am I going to be able to work in the industry that I want to work in? Do I have to move? Again, with the Fool card and the far off distances, do we have to relocate so that I can find the job of my dreams? There's something like that here. And there's not worry, but there's a lot of work involved, maybe a lot of anxiety, maybe a lot of stress as into which route to take, which choice to make, who to work with, where will I be located, all that kind of stuff. There's like trepidation and worry there at the very least, like a subtle anxiety. Okay. The Hermit card, I feel is the first external energy that I feel for you, Lilia, where the Moon, the Fool, and the Ten of Wands feels like that's all different sides of you, or that's you in a complete package, so to speak. And the Hermit is this external energy that is guiding you, giving you advice. Somebody who has your best interest at heart, because the Hermit is again associated with Virgo, and Virgo is the ruler of help. Basically, the Virgos rule the sixth house, and sixth house is all about helping and guidance. Well, not guidance, but service and like nursing and but they're not always tender. I don't know why I was doing this like embrace thing. They're not. Hermit energy is not always about tenderness, but it is about tender love and care. So this person, family member, friend, in terms of college or career, it could be someone who is an advisor to you, a mentor to you, and they have some really interesting insight, because she's you can't really see it. Let me see. There you go. She has like that light there, that little oil lamp in her hand. So this person is able to shed light on a situation or give you a bright idea that maybe you didn't think of on your own, or and she's like looking dead at you. Like, so this person is very serious. So if they give you advice or they give you an opportunity or they show you a path forward, it's kind of like, not like you have to do it their way. It's not like that, but it's definitely like a, I'm telling you this for your best interest. I'm giving you this advice for your best interest. And there's a subtle hint of, you should probably take my advice because I kind of know what I'm talking about here. Um, but it's, I don't know. I don't think there's any repercussions if you don't take this person's advice, but they're very serious when they give you advice or they give you insight or they give you clarity or they give you an idea. They're not just talking to boost you. They really mean it. So, in totality, will 2020 be a successful career? Or excuse me, not a successful career, a successful year. I apologize. Will 2020 be a successful year for you? I think if you're able to sort of conquer and get a hold on any type of insecurities you have, any type of uncertainties you have, and kind of constantly be on top of them, they're gonna crop up over and over and over again. That's human nature, right? But if you keep your mind and your eye on the prize, study, even if you're not in school, but study your issues, study the problems that you're having. If it's financial, study ways in which to alleviate financial burdens, right? If it's creative, how do I get started selling these things? Or how do I get started, like I said, creating a business that is all about photographing animals? If that's something you're legit into, I'm not saying that's what you're into, but it's just an example. If that's something you really want to do, be serious about it. That's the thing here. You got to be serious about it. That 10 of Wands and the Hermit is like where the hard work gets done. It's like moving from this very dreamy, oh, wouldn't it be nice if this happened? Wouldn't it be nice if I could do this with my life, to actually putting, pen to paper, getting your ass up and doing the work. No offense with that, by the way. Okay. So will it be successful if you work, if you trust yourself, if you trust your guidance? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Lilia, thank you so much for your question. We will move on. And I'm going to catch up with the chat here while I clear the deck. All right, so Lilia, you were there. You're welcome, Lilia, no problem. Should I try and get a new job? And Sasha said she would be back. So I was going to do Sasha next, but Rose, should you try and get a new job? Rose is here. Rose has a question. So Rose, we're going to go ahead and get with you because Sasha had to jump away. And guys, if you're not subscribed, hey, Venus Kamal. What up, guy? If you guys are not already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and make sure that you hit the like button and do all that fun stuff. So for Rose, should I try and get a new job? Should Rose try and get a new job? Let's see what deck you're going to get, Rose. Oh, should Rose try and get a new job? Ooh, are we going back to that one? They're not giving me a deck, so one moment. Should Rose try and get a new job? They're struggling to give me a deck for you. This is very interesting. Okay. We finally got there because we use this for the general, right? And there's nothing wrong with using a deck that's already been used. But it jumped away from this deck, then they jumped to another deck, but then they came back to this one. and then they jumped to another deck, and then they jumped over here, and then to another deck, but then they came back to this deck. And so eventually we came back to the Housewives Tarot deck. So that might be a little bit of an indication of what's going on with you, Rose, right now. This back and forth kind of energy, right? So let's see what you get as far as your specific question. Should Rose try and get a new job? Should Rose try and get a new job? Should Rose try and get a new job? Last one. There we go. Thank you. Should Rose try and get a new job? Let's see. Welcome back, Sasha. You'll be after this question. Should Rose try and get a new job? Oh my, okay. We'll take that one. Since it kind of came all oddly out like that. Should Rose try and get a new job? Ooh, sideways. We'll see what happens with that one. Oh, okay. All right. So the side one. Which way, please, for Rose? Yes? Good. Okay. Now, Rose, jumping around all the decks. Maybe that's a sign. All of your cards came face down. Maybe that's a sign as well. That's up for you to determine and kind of interpret on your own. Flip all these bad boys over. Aye, okay. So you have the Four of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and Seven of Wands in reverse. First card, Four of Pentacles, holding back, being very cautious with your money, being very cautious with your spending, cautious with your possessions or your stability in life. There is an apprehensive energy. I mean, look at this woman's expression. She looks a little suspicious. She looks a little like very protective and guarding of this chest, this case that her pentacles are sitting in. Yeah. So there might be a financial burden that is holding you back. It could be that you don't have enough money saved, or the money that you do have saved, you're kind of like, okay, thank you. It feels like you have something already and you want to keep what you have now, but you're asking, should you try and get a new job? We might clarify that, because I feel it could go either way. It could go either way, meaning I'm not sensing your I don't know you. I don't know anything about you, but I'm not sensing that money is the issue per se. I feel that you're very comfortable with what you have, or if you're not comfortable, you're very used to what you have. And whether that be because I'm used to making, $100,000 a year, or whether you're used to making $24,000 a year, it really doesn't matter. You're used to living with the means that you have currently. You're able to make ends meet. You're able to get things done the way you want to get them done for the most part, right? So this Four of Pentacles is not normally an energy of risk taking. And I feel that you asking and your reaction right now is, when you think about it, this is what it is. When you think about going for a new job, you're like a little bit like, oh man, because what if I bite off more than I can chew? What if I get a new job that maybe it pays me more, but the people are awful? Or maybe I get a new job that doesn't pay me as much, but the people are amazing. There's this, I don't know what I'm willing to risk kind of feel coming from this energy, not knowing what is worth the risk, or if this whole risk assessment is haywire right here. because what you have is what you are used to. You've sustained yourself for however long, and to a certain degree, it feels comfortable or doable. You can work with what you have already. To want more, is that to be greedy? You might be thinking that because maybe I do make $100,000 a year or whatever it is. If I want more money, does that make me greedy? So you feel kind of strange about it. There's, we might come back to that. Not the most prosperous first card, considering your question. The second card you have is the Page of Pentacles. Now, okay, you see how the difference here. Look at the difference in the way these two characters behave. Four of Pentacles, holding on to those pentacles, holding on to those plates, guarding them with her life. Page of Pentacles, ripping them down off of the shelf, throwing them to the ground. There is a risk that you're caught between. I feel this is mostly you. The Page of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be one of those signs, or you could be dealing with someone who is an Earth sign, but you don't have to be. But there is a certain risk involved here that either someone else is encouraging you to take, or your judgment, your intuition, some voice in the back of your mind is saying, do it, do it, do it. Take the chance, take the chance. And that's interesting because the Page of Pentacles is not huge on risk taking, but the artwork is jumping out at me that he's pulling these plates off of the shelf and throwing them on the ground, like as if they're worthless. And not to say that what you're doing or the situation at hand that you're dealing with is worthless. It's just this might be encouraging you to reconsider what is valuable to you. If this is strictly on money, for an example, Rose, if this is strictly on money, and you're cautious about your money, you're cautious about what you earn versus what you spend, the expenditures that you have, keeping a roof over your head, clothes on your back, food in your belly, all that stuff, right? And that being the main motivator to keep the job you currently have, this Page of Pentacles might be here to say, rethink that. Is that truly all you want out of a job? Is financial stability and security? In some ways, that is important. Of course, that's the world that we live in. You have to earn a living. But is that the end all be all of why you're employed where you are? Or is that the end all be all of why you want to move on? Is to earn more money. The Page of Pentacles is really coming through and saying, really think about what is of utmost importance to you. Because Pentacles are heavily associated with money, finances, and material wealth. Pentacles are also about your moral values, okay? It's also about your physical health. It's also about your time management, time-work balance. So again, if you want a job that frees up your time, you might have to take a job that doesn't pay you as much or doesn't offer you as much in benefits, something like that. So there's a certain sacrifice here that you might have to take on if you want to get a new job for whatever reason you want it. Final card in your third position is the Seven of Wands in reverse. So because that's not I don't know why I'm giving this card the stank eye, but I am. This it feels like maybe, Rose, you might be undervalued. Either your own feelings towards yourself, your own self-image, or other people around you. It could be where you work currently. It could be where you spend a lot of your time, whether it be at home. But there's something here about not enough value. Not enough value. Give me another phrase, please, because I don't know what that means. Not enough value. Okay. And now they're saying, they're giving me the whole down the toilet thing. So maybe you feel where you are now, you've been underappreciated, unappreciated. You feel maybe the totality of what you've put in so far could be flushed down the drain, like nobody cares, or you're not finding emotional, or Wands deals with your passion, your spirit, your heart. So like you're not probably not excited to go to work. Like your spirit maybe has died where you currently work, or maybe the company that you work for, or the people that you work for, their spirit has died. They have gone down the tube, something like that. So, Rose, I feel as though you have reason to try and get a new job. You might be hung up because of your money, financial ties, the importance of bringing in that paycheck from where you work now. And it's always a gamble when we go get a new job, right? We don't know if we're going to stay. We don't know if it's going, we don't know until we're actually in the new job, right? So there could be financial anxieties here. There could be a need to reconsider what is important to you in terms of your pentacles, in terms of your material being, okay? If this is about your mental or emotional or physical health, and this job has taken a toll on you over the years, it might feel as though you're risking throwing all that away simply because, and I'm not here to advise this, and I'm not here to support this, but some people, they have this mentality of, I'll work until my back gives out. I'll work until my knees give out. Why would you do that? If you physically are hurting, you probably shouldn't keep that job, because if you're injured or you get injured, they're going to let you go, or you'll be on disability or something like that. So I'm not sure if that's for you, or if that's just the general idea that they want you to consider, is be careful with what you're willing to sacrifice in the long run. Okay. I don't think I need to clarify anything. I think you kind of get what I'm saying. Should you try and get a new job based on money, if that's your motivation? Sure. Based on your happiness or your contentment? Sure. If you have no complaints, so to speak, no. But it feels like you have considerable complaints or worries about what you're doing right now. And ultimately, I think that is a motivator to try and get a new job, okay? All right, Rose, I hope that helped. I'm not, I sit here and I talk confidently maybe, but I'm never truly confident in the message, unless like we're sitting in the room together, or I'm doing like a private reading, then I'm a little bit more confident. So let me go ahead and catch up with chat. So Venus Kamal came in. Hello. And Sasha is here. Your question would be, am I going to be a good mom? Of course, Sasha, you're not going to let anything happen to your child. But I will answer your question. Are you going to be a good mom? Rose, you're very welcome. Hey, thank you for the feedback. Thank you for telling me it was spot on. I don't think she is doing your reading. No, I'm not doing. I know, I just noticed how she says they, like, who are they? They, Sasha, are my guides, your guides, whatever. They is a very easy pronoun to put in there. So they, I know who they are. It's not like I see them. It's not like they're, it's not like that. But stick around. You'll understand. So, Sasha, you want to know if you're going to be a good mom. I'm going to tell you yes. But if you want more, I'll go ahead and now ask one of the decks for you. Is Sasha going to be a good mom to little Jameson? What's going on with little Jameson and Sasha? Ooh, See, like right now, they are telling me which deck to choose. And they're not telling me, they're not like whispering in my, it's not like that. It's an energy thing. So, will Sasha be a good mom to little Jameson? It's like, I'm looking at it, but they're not allowing me to pick it up. Come on. Is it that one? It is. Thank you. Like, it took you forever. Jeez. See, and you get into like little arguments with them, little spats with them. It's a playful relationship. Sasha and little son. Will she be a good mom? Will she be a good mom? Hmm. Two, one, two. Is that it? No, this is it. They often tell me a number and then I have to do more than that. All right, well, Sasha, be a good mom. Let's go. 2 in the first position. You're already breaking my rules, Sasha. I'm kidding. 1 for the second position and 1 for the final position. Excellent. Excelente. All right, let's go ahead and flip that. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, Sasha, here we go. Ghosts. There are no. It's not ghosts. It's not ghosts. All right. First out, you have the 10 of Wands. Excuse me, 10 of Wands. 10 of Swords and the Page of Swords. Then you have the 5 of Wands and the Page of, no, excuse me, yeah, Page of Wands. So are you going to be a good mom? Yeah. Are you going to be sure of that? No. Because that's evident here in the reading that you're nervous, and I'm trying, and you're the first person that I'm like looking at the chat for, so you're making me break all my rules, man. Anyway, so 10 of Swords and the Page of Swords. I may have reversed these, and I apologize if I did. That 10 of Swords, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on top so you can get used to it. It's pretty drastic, that 10 of Swords. And I'm feeling like you might feel at times, maybe even right now, that you're quote unquote failing, or that you are way over your way out of your depths, way in over your head. You feel exhausted. I get it. You just had a baby, so that makes sense. Okay, so you're physically exhausted, mentally, emotionally exhausted. Totally like, what did I get myself into? Have I just, doomed myself? Have I just doomed my family? Have I just created, or not created, but have I done everything correctly? And something here is feeling like self-sabotage, like you are in your head imagining the worst at every moment. What's going to happen? How can I make sure that this doesn't get all effed up? How can I make sure that this doesn't get worse than what I feel it is right now? You are maybe having anxiety or panic attacks, or you did mention earlier about being plagued in your dreams with horrible thoughts. So, God, this is unfortunate because quick lesson for you, Sasha. The swords are air energy. Air energy and swords are about mental capacities, what you think and what you rationalize in the world, and also what you can convince yourself of. Okay. It's also about how you communicate. So I'm going to tell you this. If you think badly of yourself, of your capabilities, if you think badly of the situation, always imagining the worst, eventually that can create your reality. So I would advise you to stop that as best as you can, to stop that. You worry. If you worry, eventually the universe, God, spirit, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, is going to give you that. That's, in my estimation, how I do tarot, is that's manifestation. That's law of attraction. If you continue to create it in your head, eventually it will become a part of your reality in some form or fashion. Okay. So if you think you're a bad mom, you will eventually become a bad mom. Now, that doesn't mean that, for an example, if you're sitting here thinking, oh, I'm a bad mom, I'm a bad mom, I'm a bad mom, it's not as if your child is going to grow up to be like a little hellion, a little bad child. No, your child could still grow up to be a good child, but their perception of you, even if you did everything from an outsider's perspective to the letter of being a great mom, you could never abuse your child. You treat them good, you feed them, you clothe them, you take care of them, you nurture your child. You could do all of those things, but if you're still thinking it's not good enough, eventually that will come out. So you might raise, no offense, a brat unintentionally. You see what I mean? So stop thinking bad thoughts. Stop thinking so crappily of yourself or your circumstances. And the thing that I've mentioned before in the other readings, this is a 10, a culmination point. So it's feeling like a, not saying that this particular reading or this interaction that we're having is like the aha moment, but there's something here where we can sort of take notice and try and get ourselves out of that dark space. Because the other thing about the 10 of Swords is, if you can see there over the hillside, there is a sunrise coming, right? So better times are ahead. A solution is ahead. Brighter days are ahead. This is some temporary, I feel mostly temporary BS that's mostly in your head or in your dreams. You're worrying, you're worrying, you're worrying. Release it as best as you can. Pray it away. Go run around. Go join those guys that jog around your neighborhood. Go do some jogging. Get this funk, spiritual, mental, emotional funk out of your body. Okay? Paired with that, you had the Page of Swords. So Page of Swords is an analyzing energy. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I don't know what your sign is. You might be an air sign. I don't know. But an analyzing energy. Studying. Trying to come up with a solution. Mind goes 100 miles a minute, so it lacks groundedness. You might find yourself flipping back and forth between thinking the worst and thinking, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, but it is the worst. Oh, but no, it's not that bad. Oh, but, oh my God, this is the most terrible thing I've ever done in my life. What, your kid's like only, 2-3 months old? And you're like, oh, I messed him up forever. Really? In the first 2 or 3 months of his life? Like, you're going back and forth thinking, I'm the worst thing. I'm not so bad. Ooh, I did this really awesome thing today, so that takes care of all the bad crap that I did yesterday. It's like ping-ponging back and forth. So I sense that you have, either this is you or someone around you who's just like, it's not all that bad. We can come up with a different solution. The Page of Swords, it doesn't have harebrained schemes. It's not like a because the Page of Pentacles is more the smart page. The Page of Swords is just very creative, or has a lot of ideas. If not creative, just a lot of ideas. I don't know why, but they're like giving me this idea of like journaling or documenting something. So maybe that would be a stress reliever for you, is to maybe document every day, every other day, how you feel, what happened with you and the baby, something you think that you did well, something that you think you did was horrible, and use that as like a reflective tool. Like because that's that's what all pages do. They study things. They are learning, right? And that's the other thing about a page is, number one, pages represent children, and pages also represent the ways in which we begin to cope or find coping mechanisms in the world so that we can level up to a knight, queen, and a king, right? So you're basically, this is training wheels for you right now. Are you going to be a good mom? This is your first kid, right? He's your training wheels. He's gonna you're gonna learn how to ride that bike on this first kid, or you're not gonna learn. I think you're gonna learn. You're fine. I just think you have this uncertainty in you that doesn't need to be there. But I suppose if you're a first-time parent, that's kind of there no matter what. So you'll be all right. Now, the second card that you had, those two cards in your first position. So the second card that came out is the Five of Wands. This is contention over what to do. In terms of, are you going to be a good mom? People have opinions about how you're going to be a good mom, or the type of mom you're being. And if not you specifically, then just how the child is raised, period. If this is not a critique, or if this is not directly towards you, Sasha, this Five of Wands, it's just towards the upbringing of the child. I feel your side kind of self-contained over here. And now when we get to the Five of Wands, we're starting to see friends, family members, other moms come into the mix and kind of have their 2 cents. Now, Five of Wands, fives in general, are challenges. They're not pleasant energies for the most part. We don't like to deal with the fives, but when we deal with them, they're usually short-lived and we can kind of nip it in the bud when we need to. So if people are sharing their opinions with you about how you're being a mom and you find that their opinions hurt your feelings or they're just not constructive, I mean, we all deal with people like that. Share your opinion with them, doesn't help my situation. Well, you could have done this. Well, why are you telling me what I could have done when the situation is past? We don't need that opinion right now. STFU, let's move on to the present moment. What can we do now that's going to, rectify the situation or give us a solution? So there are some people around you right now or will be in the future who just give advice and give opinions and give feedback that isn't necessarily helpful or constructive. You can either engage in those energies or you can walk away. I feel, in terms of your question, will you be a good mom? I think that this card here, it depends on how you approach it. And it also depends on who's delivering the criticisms towards you. I think you are very aware of your own values, of what you want to see happen in your child's life, what you want to see happen in your family's life. And that's the parameters, right? There's like a nice little frame that you want to work with. And when people criticize that, I feel your instinct is to fight back, but I don't know that that's necessarily helpful to you, to the family, to the child. I don't know. Because, like I said, a five is a challenging energy and it's short-lived, so it can be overcome. But sometimes you can skip a five. Sometimes you don't even have to get involved. You can just let people talk till they're blue in the face. You can just let people talk so they can, vent their energy. And you just like take a deep breath and be like, that was a bunch of BS. I really don't give a shit what you just said, but, and you don't have to get involved. So there will be challenges coming towards you. And if I'm honest, it feels quote unquote intimate, meaning people that are close to you. And that's going to be a challenge for you because there might be moments where you feel betrayed by people, or you feel someone, if they didn't tell it to your face and they said it behind your back, you're going to be like, you couldn't have just told me that. You couldn't have just expressed your concern about this. Instead, you had to. It's not like two-faced energy, but there is something here about maybe there's someone or a few people around who I think I can trust you, but then you talked mess about me or you criticized me in some type of way, and I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need you coming down on me, because I feel what we talked about in your first position, that's all self-contained and you can get a handle on that. So if in a moment where you might be feeling better about yourself, Sasha, and then somebody comes along, they might knock the wind out of your sail after you start feeling better about yourself. So that might be a test of, your recovery. How are you going to recover from possibly letting other people's criticism put you back into a negative mental space? That is a possibility. Okay. Final card. Whoosh, dropping shit all over. Final card is the Page of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you and the little one going forward. So good. So good. I like that. Yes, thank you. It's fine. You're fine. He's fine. Everything is fine. The Page of Wands is a creative energy. It's a passionate energy. It's like looking at all the possibilities in the world, looking at all the avenues and the roads that can be traveled and being excited about it, but also still young and still naive or a novice and inexperienced. So a lot of growth over time is going to happen between you and the baby and your family, where you, especially you and the baby, maybe hubby too, but it's definitely you and the baby. You're going to learn from each other, which is, obvious. Mother and child obviously learn from each other, but it's like really like my heart chakra feels really excited. It's very warm here. It's very like exuberant. So we go from this dark, cloudy crap, little bit of tussle in the middle with some outside people who in the long run, it's not your damn baby, so shut your mouth kind of energy, to me and my baby. And more importantly, me as a mother. I'm feeling more confident. I'm feeling more open to the possibilities, or open to seeing, honestly, more color in the world. Because again, look at the difference between these two pages, yeah? Page of Swords and the Page of Wands. One's in grayscale, like grays and blues and purples. One's in like pink and oranges and reds and yellows and shit. So it's like really, after you're over your sad, you'll be okay. Which I told you before I even shuffled these cards. You're fine, baby fine, everything fine. Will you be a good mom? Yes. Are you going to feel like a crappy mom along the way? Probably. But I feel that's probably par for the course. Not a mom, clearly. But I feel that's a very regular thing for many mothers and fathers to feel. Am I adequate? Am I doing a good job? I'm probably not doing a good job. And then in the long run, you'll be like, I did okay. I did okay. He's not a serial killer. He's not a mass murderer. He pays his taxes. Boom. I made a good baby. Right? So yes, Sasha, you're going to be a good mom. Okay? Okay? Hope that helped you. And I'm not groaning because of questions or anything. I'm groaning because my throat is dry. Because I've done a lot of talking for an hour and a half. Some might say I talk too much. I say that. I say I talk too much. All right, let's get caught up in chat. Drink water. What do you think is in the bottle? It's not vodka. I suddenly got super nervous. Darn. I don't know why that filter is there. There. You sound like my therapist. Oh, could that be? What do you mean? Could that be? I don't know when I was talking when you asked that question. Could be an indication of traumatic childhood, trying not to be like your mom. I could see that. Because I felt in that first position, there was a lot of worry about what if. All the possibilities of what could be, and being kind of like psyching yourself out. So yeah, that could be there. And if it's the Five of Wands that was in the center position, then yeah, that could also be it. Like you're fighting hard not to be like someone else, possibly. Sure. Oh man, I did drink water. What's the ... about, Sissy? What is that all about? Oh man. So I see only 6 people here. I'm assuming many of you have been here since the beginning, so I appreciate you guys all for being here. If anyone has a question who hasn't had a question answered, go ahead and ask it now. If not, I'm going to do a general love reading for the collective energy. Oh, well, yeah, it's not. Why would you do ... on it's not vodka? You know it's not vodka. You know it's not. Love for the general collective? What can we do for love? Oh, you were thinking wine? No. No. I don't think I've ever had why no. There's no way to do wine at home. I would not drink enough of it. And once it's open, I don't no, not for me. A margarita. You wouldn't think that would be so cool, I'm assuming. Well, I'm glad you came by, Sasha, because I know you had some reservations. All right. Love reading for the collective. Love reading for the collective. Which deck, please? Love's a tricky one. They don't want to give me a deck. Ooh, there we go. It happened. We got there. All right. Santa Morte deck. Da, 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 da. Sissy, how was Thanksgiving? I didn't see any photos of food. I didn't get to see what you had. Love reading for the general collective right now. And anybody else who wants to answer. How was your Thanksgiving? And I know Ashley was here, and she said hi, but she didn't have a question. And she's been quiet. So if you're here, Ashley, why? Why are you not talking? Messages, general messages for love for the collective, please. Ooh, Sissy, you being the most. In the most subtle way you can be the most. Love, general, in the collective. Ooh, last one. Yeah, there we go. Did you mean it? You meant it. They meant it this time. Thank you. Uno. Ooh. Okay, dose. Trace. Two sideways, all face down. Why? All right, let's see. Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you. Good. All right, guys, let's do it. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's lovely too. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm so weird. All right. For the love in the general collective. Uh-oh. I'm spinning. I'm spinning. Did I freeze? Please tell me if I'm frozen. Trying to see if I'm frozen. Is this going through for you guys, or am I loading? Am I buffering? Not frozen. Hey, Rose. Thank you for still being here, and thank you for clarifying. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's go for it. So, love got Two of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the High Priestess. So, love looks good. Two of Cups, quite a significant relationship we have here. This is a card a lot of other readers will label as a soulmate. I don't know if everybody believes in soulmates, and I don't know if everybody agrees with my personal definition of soulmate, but if you think you're dealing with a soulmate and you have that nice tingly feeling inside when you think of them and all that good stuff, then okay, cool. You're in a soulmate relationship. But this Two of Cups is a meeting of the minds, quite literally with the artwork there, a meeting of the minds, a very deep connection that is quite inexplicable. For some of you who have had long-term partners in the collective, they're showing me, they're really highlighting the vegetation in the back there. So you see how thick all those plants are back there. You and your partner have been through the wars. You guys have been through a lot of traumatic experiences, and you spent a lot of time together, or you've grown a lot together. You've cultivated a home together. You've cultivated this connection together, and it's a long time, or if either literal long time, or it's been a long time coming for you to meet with this person. Okay, since some of you are going to be in newer relationships, some of you are in older ones, but if you feel connected to someone romantically, they feel the same about you. Do not doubt it. Do not question it. It is what it is. And if you know me, you know I hate saying that phrase, but I said it. I hate that phrase so much. Anyway, so this connection, in some cases, if with the one vessel pouring into the other, it feels like for some of you, one of the partners has a lot more, not going on upstairs isn't smart, but they have a lot more knowledge in something that they're teaching the other one, that they're bestowing on the other one, helping the other one kind of learn something, or in terms of a spiritual connection. For some of you, this could be, talking about soulmates. This could be talking about, if you believe in it, past life relationships or connections. This could be, I don't usually talk about it, but it could be like a twin flame thing for a few people out in the collective. So it's like one person is looking at another one and saying, you know more about us, or why we're together, or why we're connected. Tell me about it. Something like that. And it's really interesting, because I'm going to say in a few cases, you and this person haven't actually met. In a few cases, you and this person haven't actually become this close. As close as these two skeleton figures are, you and the other person actually haven't been that physically close to one another ever, or in a long time. So it's a nice collective energy. Collective, this is a nice mixed bag here for the collective, meaning some of you have been together for years, and you have a long-standing relationship, and it's beautiful, and you guys are just as in love as you ever were, and that's a-okay. On the other end of the spectrum, there's like a new connection coming in for some that is, it feels instant. The connection feels dynamite, explosive, and adhesive quickly, even if you haven't met. Never ever met in life. So this could be long distance relationship for some people. And it's nice, it's beautiful, it's very easy. This is a very easy reading for love. The second position is the Ace of Wands. So in this deck, it's less so, but in traditional tarot decks, if you're familiar, the Ace of Wands is often seen as the most prominent, or one of the most prominent phallic symbols in the tarot. And it is the indication, Ace of Wands is the start, the groundwork, the foundation of lustful physical contact. If we're talking love in relationships, love in sex, love in partnerships, somebody gonna get it in. Good for you. Good for you. I think if you've been together for a long time, married, what have you. The spark is still there, the chemistry is still there, even if there are times where, we get busy in life and we can't always, express ourselves to that, that degree of passion. Now, sex aside, the Ace of Wands is indicating this partnership keeps you on your toes, keeps you not guessing, but keeps you on your toes. You guys always find new things to do together, new things to explore together, new ideas to bounce off of each other. If you have an idea for a vacation, bye. If you have an idea for a vacation, you present it to your partner and they're like, oh my God, we should totally go. We should book a flight for next week, da 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 da. It's like you both kind of invigorate the other. You both kind of fill each other with inspiration. And you're very excited to see each other, to spend time with each other. You're very excited to even like share stories throughout your day. Like, this is the person when there's like office drama, you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to go home and tell my husband. I can't wait to get home and tell my girlfriend. I can't wait to get, on my lunch break so I can call this person. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe what happened at the meeting. Brad went off in there. You just are so excited when it comes to this person. Very hard to contain yourself when it comes to this person. Again, either physically, sexually, or just with your emotional excitement or your, because it's feeling like this person and you, as cliche as it is, you and this person are like best friends, which is ideal, but it is also kind of cliche. Oh, I want to be with someone who's like my best friend. Some of you legit have a long-standing relationship with your best friend. That's nice. Or again, if you've never met this person, for those who are in that LDR situation, when you meet them, it's on. Physically, okay? Physically, it's going to be on. Wear protection if wear protection, guys, okay? But it's also going to be on in like you're just going to be so excited to do any and everything with this person. Even getting up to have like that really crappy continental breakfast that they offer down in the hotel lobby, bagels with cream cheese and like barely tasteful coffee. You're going to be like, this is the best breakfast ever. No, it's not. It's the best breakfast because that person is sitting across from you. Everything that you do with them is the best. Everything you do without them, meh, pales in comparison. Final card in the 3 for the love spread is the High Priestess. Secondary major for Cancer for me, as it's ruled by the moon. Other people will assign Pisces to that card as well. You may do so if you choose to. So, for those that believe, and even for those that don't believe, this union that I'm picking up in this collective read is already written. The water splashed up in my eyes. It's totally cool, guys. And that, see, where's my sissy now? That proves it's not wine or vodka, because that didn't hurt. Anyway, so the High Priestess, it's already written. You see how she has that book there? And this is like the queen of mysticism. This is like the queen of all worldly and unworldly or underworldly knowledge. Yeah, she knows everything about our dimension and all the other dimensions, and it's in her book. And the High Priestess, I don't think this is a person, although it could be in your life, could be someone in the mystic arts, it could be somebody who's in the esoteric or psychic or tarot spaces, right? Who could have given advice to one or both of you, who could have predicted, quote unquote, predicted this union. Like some of you, maybe you went and got your palm read when you were 15 and they're like, you will marry a man who has dark hair and blue eyes. And you finally meet this guy and you're like, oh, it's him. And it's like 15 years later. That is just an example, but it feels like you either have literally talked to someone in your life about this person or about this union, or this is just an energy that surrounds your union, whether you are aware or they are aware or neither of you are aware. It really doesn't matter. But this is like some predestined, preordained, already in the book of knowledge, already in the record. And it's just going to play out the way it's supposed to play out. If you're sitting here watching this reading with me, you might feel you are the high priestess. You might be the one in the dynamic, be the one in the relationship that's like, listen, we're soulmates. And the other person's like, what? We're what? And you're like, we're soulmates. We're meant to be together. Be quiet. You either don't understand or you will understand soon, whatever. I'm letting you know we're soulmates. And it's not in a creepy way that I think you would be telling this person that, or they would be telling you that. It's just very factual. It feels like, it is, I hate saying this phrase, it is what it is. I hate that phrase so much. Hate it. But that legit feels what this is. I don't have anything else to add, because if you're in it and it feels good, you already know it. If you don't have this and you're kind of thinking, do I have it? You do. And if you're sitting there solo dolo, single Pringle, it's upcoming. So get ready. Okay. So that's the love spread. That was positive. Sometimes love, you can't tell. You never know what you're going to get. Like Forrest's mom told him, you never know what you're going to get. So if there's any newcomers, go ahead and say hi. If you're still here, you could say hi as well. I don't mind giving you a wave, giving you a shout out again. And if anyone has a question, feel free to pop it into the chat box while I tend to my dry throat. Oh man, it's almost time for those Thanksgiving leftovers. I just picked up this deck for no reason because I didn't have a question yet, but maybe I will, because I think we'll do, well, I'll ask you guys, for those that are here in the chat, would you rather get a reading on the general collective career or general collective health? Because I will do one more and then we'll close it out if there are no other personal questions that anybody has. So if anybody's there and they have an opinion on which they would prefer to hear about, the general collective career or general collective health, and if anybody were to speak up, that would be great. If not, I'll have to decide on my own. Oh man, maybe I don't want leftovers. Do I want leftovers? Bye, Venus. Come on, thank you. Ooh, Rose says career. Rose, that's double for you. I see what you did. All right, let me see. Anybody else have an opinion? Because if not, Rose is the deciding factor, and we're gonna go with career. And I think I'm sticking with this deck because I'm like, do I need a different deck if I'm gonna do a career reading? I do not. They're telling me I do not. Ooh. Rose, you clever clogs, you. You're clever. So let's go ahead and get a general career reading for everybody in the collective, because Rose is a clever clogs. General career reading for everyone. General career. Rose, where are you? Are you here in the States? Are you in Europe, Asia, South America? I'm on the East Coast. Okay. I got a text. Oh my God. It's like midnight over there, isn't it? Almost 11:54, if my math is correct. What would you call that? You would call that 23:54 if you're using international military time. I think it's 5 hours ahead of where I am. General career for the collective. Yeah, man. Well, thank you, Rose, for hanging out. Hopefully, you're not, suffering from insomnia. I hope you're going to be able to sleep after this. Oh my God, why won't you shuffle correctly? I am hungry, but I'm not sure about those leftovers. It might be too heavy right now. This is it. Thank you. Awesome, Rose. I'm glad to hear it. Sleep is important. I love sleep. I advocate it for everybody. Everybody should get plenty of sleep all the time. All right, 3 cards for the general collective career. One. Excuse me. 2 and 3. Ooh, that was nice. 1, 2. Boom, boom. All right. Oh. Okay. Good. Looks good. Queen of Wands. First card. Second is the 2 of Cups. Third is the 7 of Pentacles. So, in terms of career, dealing with the Queen of Wands, or you're feeling like the Queen of Wands, person in the general who might be watching this on repeat, or whoever's here in the chat. But definitely, Queen of Wands is a boss energy, not necessarily the literal boss, but feeling as if they're in control, feeling as if they're at the top, or knowing the power that they hold. The Queen of Wands is someone who doesn't overestimate themselves or underestimate themselves. They know exactly what they're capable of. They know exactly who they are, and they're not going to be messed with, basically. In terms of career, like I said, this could be the literal boss that you're dealing with, or it could be how you arrive in your workplace, how you arrive in your profession, how you feel about yourself, or how you feel about your performance in your job. Definitely not a lot of quote unquote negative things to say about the Queen of Wands, other than maybe that energy can be off-putting. That's where it is. This energy can be off-putting to people who you work with or people that are close to you. You feeling in control, knowing your worth, knowing your standards, knowing how to do your job can really upset other people. When people encounter such a confident energy, a confident person, it can be very off-putting and it can be really annoying. But I don't feel that is coming from anybody of quote unquote value. So don't feed too much into that. So and I'm sorry if this is how you feel about your boss. If you feel like your boss like walks around with their nose in the air like they're better than everybody else, or they're so smart, and you kind of think like they're like you have this impression that this person is like so full of themselves and so assured of themselves as if they walked on water. I would say don't be a hater. And that's not to, say you can't feel how you feel about this person. It's just to say I don't feel whoever the Queen of Wands is, whether it's you, a coworker, a boss, I don't feel that this Queen of Wands is incorrect in thinking that they're well fit for their job. This person is confident and they have the goods to back it up. They've got the skill, they've got the knowledge, they have the experience, they have the ideas, they have the self-worth that backs it all up. It is there it is again. It is what it is. Ugh, I hate that phrase. Anyway, 2 of Cups. In this case, I'm not feeling any soulmate energy. Again, guys, I don't like even tossing that word around really, unless we're talking in a private, a personal reading. But there is, again, like I had with the previous deck, a meeting of the minds, right? These 2 cats, their pineal glands are kind of rubbed up against one another. Their actual physical eyes are up aligned with one another. You've got here we go again, the hummingbirds up there. So there's a synchronicity or a symbiotic relationship that the Queen of Wands has with someone else or with the staff entirely or the people that they surround themselves with. This Queen of Wands perhaps inspires partnership. If this Queen of Wands is you or someone in a leadership position within a job, I think that they lead by example. I think that this person inspires people to come in, to put their best foot forward, to put their best efforts towards the project, towards the bottom line, whatever it is. And I don't know much about this, but I feel like it's like I'm sure there are books and like documentaries and stuff that highlight like some of the best bosses that ever were, or some of the best, most successful bosses, not just in monetary terms, but in terms of like creating a cohesive energy in the workplace. This person does that with either one particular person. So it could be like, the CEO and like, one of their VPs, like they're like best of buds and like they, run this thing like a well-oiled machine, something like that. Or this is how this person inspires a group of people around them. It's very interesting because in terms of professions and business, I and most people would not expect such a tender energy to exist. This Two of Cups is very tender. Look at that. It's very intimate. And I mean, HR says don't do those things, right? And I'm not saying like this is about a physical, sexual, or romantic relationship. No, but it's this person creates an environment that is very inviting. There's a lot of trust. It's like one of those cliched, when you work here, you're part of the family. When you work here, you're not just an employee. We treat you as if you were a brother or a sister or mother or a father. You see what I mean? Like this is how this person approaches their job, approaches their business, whatever. Or you. I'm saying this person because it could be you, could be someone you work with, could be your boss, could be your friend. I don't know. But whoever this Queen of Wands is, that's how they approach the situation. The Seven of Pentacles comes in the final position for the general. It could be that you or whoever the Queen of Wands is, or whatever this environment is, there is a consideration for the long-term value and the long-term commitment that is coming out of the work the Queen of Wands produces. The work and the effort that the Queen of Wands puts forth is contributing to the Seven of Pentacles, which is again long-term value, or considering long-term value. Really, the Seven of Pentacles is usually a consideration. What is the long-term value here? What am I getting out of this situation? What can I expect on my return if we're talking money, since it is Pentacles? What can I expect in terms of benefits if I'm going to go into a new job, sign on the dotted line, sign a contract, sign on to be, an exclusive partnership with someone? What are the benefits here? Now, linking it back to the Queen of Wands, because I feel both the Two of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles link back to the Queen of Wands, that again indicates that this person is business savvy in some type of way. They think long term, they think towards the future. The Queen of Wands is not going to do anything that's not going to add to what they have already amassed, what they've already sustained for themselves. So if they have money in the bank and they're looking for a new investment, or they're looking to work with a new company, whether that's as somebody who acquires new companies, whether they're, an actual investor in businesses, or if they're just a worker in a business or a professional. If I'm in the banking or financial industry and I've been working for, this bank or this institution for this many years, and I move over to another institution, I need to know that I'm going to add to the nest egg that I've already created for myself, whether that be, again, financial, in terms of benefits, in terms of what you earn per year. It's always thinking of the step ahead, 2-3 steps ahead. Yeah. Queen of Wands definitely knows her value. And I'm saying her only because it's a queen. If you are a man or if this is a man in your life, they are also the Queen of Wands. It doesn't matter in a general collective reading, okay? So the Queen of Wands is quite self-aware and knows exactly where to put herself in order to maximize profits or in order to maximize or get the most benefit out of the situation, personally, for the company, for the team, for whoever. So aware of what is going to go in favor of the goal, whether it's a personal goal, team goal, whatever. So, in terms of career, whoever the Queen of Wands is, bravo, because they're doing it. If it's you, bravo. If it's your sister, your neighbor, your boss, bravo to them. Don't be a hater. And I don't know why I have to point that out, because maybe there's like 1 or 2 people who are like, oh, I don't want to see that person succeed. They're going to succeed. They're going to continue to succeed. Okay. All right, guys, that is the general career. And like I said, whenever I started it, that was going to be the last reading. I don't think we're going to have anyone else come into the chat. If you are here and you haven't asked a question already, go ahead and type it into the box. If not, we're about to sign off, because 2 hours is a lot. Miss Sweets, hey, I know you, Miss Sweets. How are you? How's everything? How was your Thanksgiving, if you celebrated? How are you? Hope everything in your life is going swimmingly and beautifully. What's coming towards you in December? Miss Sweets, I got you. Thank you for sticking around. I don't know if you just came in or if you've been here for a while, and I appreciate your question. You're fine. It was good. Beautiful. If it was good, then we'll take it, because we don't want things to be terrible. So Miss Sweets wants to know what is coming towards her in December. Let's see what deck you're going to get. Miss Sweets, what is coming towards her in December? Really? No or yes? We might use that. Okay. They would really? Pardon me. Okay, we're going to do that. They were drawing me towards another deck, which I don't use often. And so I'm just going to do it with this. If I need the other deck, I'm going to pull it out. Why are you texting me that? Well, thank you so much for coming in, Miss Sweets, that you just joined. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. That is what this whole live is about, is to show appreciation for you guys. The channel continues to grow. The channel continues to prosper. And it's all due to viewers like you. Like, where's that little PBS screen? Thank you. This program is brought to you by, or this, yeah, isn't that how it is? This program is brought to you by viewers like you. This channel is brought to you by viewers like you. So Miss Sweets, what is coming towards her in December? Let's find out. And if I need that other deck, I'm going to pull it out, because they strangely had me fixated on it forever. And it's not a tarot deck. So I was just like, Good night, Rose. Thank you so much for hanging out. You're a trooper. And look at all those hands. I'm like Tinkerbell. I love that shit. Thank you, Rose. You have a good night, okay? What's coming towards Miss Sweets in November? My bad. December. What's coming towards Miss Sweets in December? Last one? Maybe. Yes, thank you. All right, let's get into it. Miss Sweets. coming towards her in December. One. Oh, he was here last time when I used this deck in a live, I think. Two. Oh, Miss Sweets. What you got? And three. Now, how are we taking that? Because it came in a side position. Let's see. Okay. Yeah? Okay. All right, Miss Sweets. You have the Hierophant. If I could pick it up, the Star card, and the Five of Cups. And if any point, guys, I'm buffering or you can't hear me, please make sure you point that out to me, because I'm not really watching chat. But if I see a bunch of stuff scroll, maybe I'll be alarmed of it, because I just have this sense for some reason that it's not working correctly. But I could be wrong. Anyway, so Miss Sweets, the Hierophant, the Star, and the Five of Cups. I don't know if there's like a teacher, a counselor, a therapist, a priest, a rabbi, I don't know. Someone of station, of authority, of influence in your life, or you might be a teacher or a person of influence in someone else's life. And there's a significant I feel that there's like a pivotal moment between you and this person, or if this is you, there's something pivotal happening here where maybe there's like an unorthodox way of approaching a situation or considering a situation or something like that. There's something about where orthodox, prescribed, run-of-the-mill, predictable things, situations, opinions, behaviors are now, boom, in a different lane, just slightly off the mark, slightly away from what is normally expected. It feels as though this Hierophant person is doing that, or they're witnessing it, and that's the hitch. Either way, there's a hitch. The person that is normally traditional does something that isn't traditional, and that's weird. Or the person that is traditional is witnessing something non-traditional occur, and that hits home for them, or that strikes at their heart, it feels like. The Hierophant energy also sometimes is attributed to older male figures, so fathers, grandfathers, uncles, older brothers, cousins, whatever, but doesn't have to be. The Hierophant often is an energy. Did I say it was Taurus? I think I did. In case I didn't, there might be a Taurus of significance. But the Hierophant also often feels as if they know better. Not as in they know better, like right from wrong. They know that, but they know better than others because they've studied, they're professional, they are ordained. If we're talking in a church-like setting, they have reason to feel they know better than most other people. And this non-traditional event, behavior, whatever that has cropped up calls into question that person's authority or their know-how. That whole I know better. Now it's like, in parentheses, except for ... or there's like a little footnote, like the Hierophant knows better, footnote number 1, except in this case, because the Hierophant doesn't know anything. It's kind of like that. So there's a curveball coming towards this person that will be character shaping, is kind of how they're making me feel about it. It's a maybe a rewrite of this person's entire character, or a reconsidering of what this person knows. The Hierophant basically is learning a lesson. Okay. Second card for you, Miss Sweets, is the Star card, Major Arcana for Aquarius. So you could have an Aquarius of significance in your situation. So after the curveball comes the reflection. And okay. Ooh, I've never noticed that on this card before. Hopefully you can pick it up on the camera here. You see how that big star there, and you've got like this cyclical pattern of other stars, like sort of like how you might see one of those hypnotic pinwheel kind of things. It's like that. There's like deep contemplation in terms of the star, and in combination with the Hierophant, there could be some religious or spiritual awakening or consideration going on here. There is something where the deep convictions of a person are possibly being challenged. Like it feels like new territory, breaking new ground. Oh, for some reason they're calling me back to the Hierophant, and they threw out the word marriage. So oh wow. They all have a similar shape, but they threw me back here, and hopefully you can see it. I'm going to try and point it out because it's so tiny. But where my index finger is, there, you can maybe see it. There's like a leaf, but it's almost in the shape of a heart. And many of them are in the shape of this, but like they threw me back to the Hierophant. They said marriage, and then they showed me that heart-shaped leaf. So if someone is getting married and it's outside of the realm of tradition, marrying outside of, in this day and age, your race, your ethnicity, your religious background, age difference, like something unconventional, if we're talking about a union, is about to upset the apple cart in either one individual's life or the lives of a collective of people, aka family, friends, and all that good shit, right? And that leads to the star, which is that reconsideration. If it's you, Miss Sweets, I'm not looking at chat, so I have no idea. But if you're getting married, as an example, and that upsets your family loves you, or someone in significance in your family, your father, your brother, your sister, your mother, it doesn't matter. They love you. But the marriage is really giving them something to think about, something to consider deep in their spirit, deep in their soul, deep in their mind. They think they know better. They thought they knew better. But now you, or whatever this potential union is, or whatever this change in behavior, change in the tradition, is now curveballing, knocking somebody off their square, to now reconsider and heal, because that's what the star card is all about. Reconsider, heal, reflect, because again, the stars going in that circular pattern, like a hypnotic wheel. Like, I don't know if someone is into hypnosis. I don't know if somebody's into meditation or trance work. Someone might get into that in order to get to some healing or open perspective, something like that. The water is significant, so somebody might take a walk on the beach. She's like a mermaid, right? Somebody might be taking a walk on a beach, putting their feet in the pool, putting their feet in the lake, and just having a quiet moment to really try to make sense of what they feel, try to make sense of what they don't understand. Because again, this Hierophant thinks they know better. They think they know everything, not in an egotistical, cocky way. They just thought the world is the way I see it. My perspective of the world is correct. Now someone or something is introduced into my life that makes me rethink what I understand about the world. That knocks somebody off their feet. Literally, they go sit down by the pool and like have a pina colada and think about it. Something like that. Also with the star, and it's not because you asked about what's coming towards you in November. So this could hit around Christmas. The star is not associated with Christmas, but with the this, what is that? The story of the three wise men follow the North Star, right, towards Jerusalem, right, to find little baby Jesus, right? Isn't that the story? I'm not religious, so if I butchered that, I apologize. But I think that's it. So there's something there that maybe around Christmas time this comes out, or around Christmas time, that's when that person takes a long walk down the beach thinking about things. And that makes sense. We gather with family and friends around Christmas time, a lot of us, or Hanukkah even, or whatever time, or whatever thing, whatever holiday you celebrate. And that could be where somebody kind of really like takes that quiet moment, by themselves to figure things out in their head and in their heart. Now, your final card, Miss Sweets, is the Five of Cups. So, I mean, again, what's the card say? Disappointment. Somebody gonna be disappointed. Is it you? Is Miss Sweets disappointed? Yes, partially, they say. Partially. I feel that this energy is shared between you and someone else. I feel as though maybe we might be somewhat mourning the loss, not of a relationship, but of a part of a relationship. Meaning, from one moment on, from this moment to the next, from this moment to the future, things just aren't going to be the same. That's someone's perspective. Now that this one event has happened, or if we have a marriage or a union coming together, it can never be the same after this. So in a traditional sense, let me just go with that idea for a second. Let's just say, because marriage for millennia now, centuries now, has been when a couple gets married, traditionally a heterosexual couple gets married, man and woman, the woman becomes a member of the man's family in some traditional beliefs, right? So we would have to mourn that. The family of the daughter would have to mourn that. She's no longer a part of our family primarily. She now is a part of their family. You see what I mean? So it's like that. I'm not saying that is exactly what's happening, but it feels like that. It's not like someone has died. It's not like this person is gone forever. It's not as if you hate them or they hate you. I don't feel there's any animosity really, but it is kind of this reflection on, I'm going to miss them, or I'm going to miss being able to talk to them, or I'm going to miss having them around, or I'm going to miss this, I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss these things about this person. I'm going to miss how close we were. If this person is marrying into another family or they do move away, we're not going to see each other as often. Skype is great, but Skype is not like face to face. You know what I mean? So this Five of Cups, yeah, and there's more there because you see she's sitting by the water. Again, another image of sitting by the water here. And there's her reflection down there with three cups floating in the water and two sitting by her side. So we're mourning a partial loss, a change that I feel most involved knew was coming, but once the reality sets in, the disappointment also sets in, okay? So what's coming towards you, I think, is some type of spiritual enlightenment on your behalf or someone else's. I think that maybe there are some rude awakenings. I don't think it's shocking, but maybe the gravity of a new reality is almost not too much, but it's really going to affect somebody. And it's not a loss, it's just different. And people have to get used to what is different. That's all. Okay? Miss Sweets, I hope that helped you. Oh, my voice, my throat is so dry. Maybe next time I'll make tea instead of drinking water, because I feel tea is a bigger hydrator than water. I could be wrong about that. Ooh, bang the table. My apologies. Because there's caffeine in it, so I don't know if that would be... Western Wavering, thanks for coming back. And Miss Sweets, you are welcome. Oh. You took a cat nap with your cat. That's good. Cat naps with the cat is amazing. I like those. Any time sleeping is great for me. I love what it is. You don't know who it could be? The Hierophant? I don't know. Maybe it's a lot of times when we say like what's coming towards you, it can be secondary things. It can be like things that affect your friends or your family, and you're just like kind of on the outside and you're watching. You're like, oh, you know what I mean? So if it doesn't hit you primarily, sometimes that's a blessing. Sometimes that's a-okay. But I'm trying to see if like there's anything else that I could have gotten from that, because it really felt like the Hierophant energy feels really secure in what they know and their position in life. And that star in that Five of Cups was just like, I don't know about that, buddy. You need to reconsider some of these things. You need to, consider things from another angle, because the Hierophant can be a very rigid, prescriptive space. I only see from here to here. And, the star in the Five of Cups is saying, well, maybe if you looked more over here, you would see this as well. And then if you looked over here, you would see that. And it's all about expanding the plane of vision, right? So Hierophant is usually not interested in doing that. So if it's not you or someone you know directly, there's someone in your midst or some energy about you that is more rigid and fixed and not interested in more, not interested in a deeper or wider perspective. And now they're about to get a wider perspective, whether they like it or not. Okay? Oh, man. Oh. So, okay. So I'm not saying that the Hierophant is your son's dad. I'm not saying that, but Hierophant is often attributed to, like I said, older male figures. So people of authority, okay? And parents, male or female, mother or father, carry authority over children innately. Or it could be someone else. Correct. So yeah, hopefully that helped you. Western Raven, Miss Sweets, Rose said good night. Is there anyone else here tonight who did not ask a question already, who does have a question for me before I wrap this up? Because my throat is getting dry and I kind of need to eat dinner. So if you guys, Miss Sweets, you came in late. Earlier, we did a general love, we did general career, and then we did a general at the top. So if you, once this is posted, if you want to go back and rewatch for those things, you can go ahead and go back and look at those. I'm not going to go back myself and find this timestamp, so I apologize. But there were some general reads in here for the collective in the spots where nobody had a read or nobody had a question, okay? Yeah, I don't think I could do health and wellness, but I'm not feeling it. And now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, it's kind of like, maybe they want me to do it. Am I doing health and wellness? They're kind of the boss when I do these lives. They're like, you can. They're like, you can. You don't have to, but you can. So I think I'm going to skip it because I literally would like to eat dinner. I'm like kind of hungry, guys. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Western Raven, Miss Sweets, anybody else in the chat who I missed, if you were here the whole time, but you were, very quiet, that's okay. I appreciate you hanging out. Western Raven, it was great to meet you. I appreciate your interaction. Please come back and continue watching my content here on the channel. Make sure you're subscribed and share and like all that good stuff. Leave comments, do what you guys got to do. I appreciate you. Miss Sweets, you're always here. I love you. So guys, I appreciate you so much for taking your time today, watching my video. That's what this reading was about, to show you appreciation. So I hope you felt appreciated, and I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye, guys.